Want to know which brands define timeless elegance? Then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the world of sophisticated fashion and unveiling the names that represent the old money lifestyle. These aren't just logos or luxury labels. These are statements of heritage, craftsmanship, and understated class. From the rustic charm of Ralph Lauren to the regal legacy of Louis Vuitton, this is how those born into wealth have always dressed. If you're ready to stand out with subtle elegance and cultivate a timeless wardrobe 2025, these are the brands you absolutely need to know. Here we start with number 10, and the brand is Loro Piana. When we talk about the foundation of the old money aesthetic, Loro Piana quietly leads the way. Founded in Italy in the 1920s, this brand is renowned for its ultra-luxurious fabrics like vicuna, baby cashmere, and fine merino wool. Materials so rare and refined, they're practically woven into the DNA of the elite. Unlike flashier fashion houses, Loro Piana embraces subtlety. Its color palette is muted, its logo nearly invisible, and its silhouettes classic rather than trendy. This is precisely why it's adored by those who value discretion over display. To the untrained eye, a Loro Piana jacket may look simple, but to someone in the know, it signals generational wealth and taste. This is clothing that doesn't need to prove anything, because its craftsmanship speaks for itself. Loro Piana is the pure embodiment of old money, quiet luxury passed down in silence and worn like a second skin. Here is number 9, and it's none other than Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren has become the global face of classic American elegance. When the brand started in 1967, it was just a collection of handmade neckties. But within a year, Lauren had expanded into a full menswear line that redefined how Americans viewed luxury. Drawing inspiration from prep schools, country clubs, and the timeless glamour of old Hollywood, Ralph Lauren created a brand that felt both aspirational and grounded. His polo line is especially loved for the way it marries upscale living with everyday wear. With Ralph Lauren, you're not wearing a trend, you're wearing a lifestyle. Whether it's a cable knit sweater, a linen blazer, or a pair of tailored chinos, every piece exudes the aura of someone who spent summers in the Hamptons and winters in Aspen. It's the kind of brand that says you've arrived without needing to say a word. Here's number 8, and it's time to highlight Brooks Brothers. Founded way back in 1818, Brooks Brothers is the oldest men's clothier in the United States, and it shows this is a brand steeped in history, tradition, and a relentless commitment to quality. Brooks Brothers is responsible for introducing countless wardrobe staples, from the button-down collar shirt to the navy blue blazer. Their influence over American fashion can't be overstated. Generations of presidents, senators, and CEOs have trusted Brooks Brothers to dress them with dignity and class. What sets this brand apart isn't flashy designs, but impeccable tailoring, fine fabrics, and a silhouette that never goes out of style. In the world of old money fashion, Brooks Brothers is practically a rite of passage, a dependable, dignified brand for the man who values substance over spectacle. Let's move on to number 7, which is Burberry. This British heritage brand, founded in 1856, is the definition of polished European elegance. Known globally for its legendary trench coat and instantly recognizable check pattern, Burberry combines tradition with a touch of modern flair. The brand's longevity can be credited to its ability to reinvent itself while remaining grounded in its legacy. Their coats, scarves, and suits are made with the kind of quality that only comes from decades, centuries, even of craftsmanship. Burberry doesn't need to shout to be seen. The confidence of someone wearing Burberry comes from knowing they are wrapped in a piece of fashion history. For the old money elite, Burberry is a staple, and it continues to carry that noble air into the modern era with grace. Now here's number 6, and we're entering the world of unmatched luxury with Hermes. Founded in 1837 as a harness workshop in Paris, Hermes began with leather goods crafted for royalty and aristocrats. Today, it stands as one of the most exclusive brands in the world. Hermes items aren't simply products, they're masterpieces. The Birkin and Kelly bags, for instance, are hand-stitched by a single artisan and can take more than 20 hours to complete. These items are symbols of extreme refinement and patience, both in production and in acquiring one. Old money doesn't chase fashion drops, they cultivate collections over time. Hermes captures that mindset perfectly. From its luxurious scarves to its leather belts and exquisite timepieces, everything Hermes creates is rooted in craftsmanship, elegance, and exclusivity. Wearing Hermes doesn't make a statement, it confirms a legacy. Up next is number 5, and that belongs to Gucci. While the brand has often made headlines for bold fashion choices and high-profile campaigns, its roots are firmly planted in the traditions of Italian luxury. Founded in 1921 in Florence, Gucci started with finely crafted leather luggage for the elite. Over time, it evolved into a full-fledged luxury brand that still honors its origins. What appeals to old money is not the newer, edgier Gucci, but the refined elegance found in their classic loafers, fine tailoring, and well-made leather goods. The craftsmanship behind every stitch, buckle, and fabric choice reflects the kind of attention to detail that old money circles respect. The double G logo might be widely recognized, but the real luxury lies in the materials, the history, and the legacy that comes with every item. Now let's talk about number 4, Jpress. This brand might not be as internationally famous as some others on this list, but within Ivy League circles and traditional East Coast families, Jpress is legendary. Founded in 1902, Jpress built its reputation by serving generations of students, professors, and old-school elites from schools like Yale and Harvard. The brand's commitment to American tailoring traditions is unmatched. It's where the term Ivy League style comes to life. Sack suits, natural shoulders, and a commitment to quality over experimentation define the brand. There are no gimmicks, no logos, just timeless, clean-cut fashion for men who appreciate consistency. For the discerning gentleman who walks the campus, sits in boardrooms, or lounges in a private club, Jpress is the quiet whisper of wealth and tradition. Here we arrive at number 3. And now we're stepping into footwear with Edmunds. Established in 1922, this American brand is synonymous with handcrafted shoes that stand the test of time. The kind of shoes your grandfather wore and your father after him. Edmunds specializes in Goodyear welted shoes, a technique that not only ensures durability, but allows shoes to be resoled and worn for decades. This isn't fast fashion. This is an investment, one that rewards you with comfort, elegance, and polish. In the world of old money, where every detail matters, your shoes often speak louder than your shirt or tie. Edmunds ensures they speak well. Next up is number 2, and we're turning our attention to wrist wear with Rolex. Rolex, founded in 1905, has long been the ultimate timepiece for those who value tradition and excellence. A Rolex isn't about trends, it's about permanence. From the Submariner to the Day Date, each model is crafted with obsessive precision and a deep respect for innovation. But more than that, Rolex watches are heirlooms. They mark milestones. They're handed down through generations. Old money doesn't wear watches to show off. They wear them to remember, to honor, to preserve. Whether it's worn with a 3-piece suit or peeking out beneath a cashmere sweater, a Rolex tells the world that the wearer values substance, craftsmanship, and legacy. And finally, we reach number 1, the ultimate symbol of timeless sophistication, Louis Vuitton. Established in the mid-1800s, Louis Vuitton began by crafting custom trunks for Europe's elite travelers. It wasn't long before the monogram canvas became one of the most recognizable and respected symbols in the world. But for old money, Louis Vuitton isn't about showy logos or influencer culture. It's about exquisite craftsmanship, reliable quality, and pieces that improve with age. Whether it's a leather duffel bag, a perfectly structured briefcase, or a pair of loafers stitched to perfection, Louis Vuitton items are cherished not for their status, but for their standard. Old money knows the difference between hype and heritage, and Louis Vuitton has always been about the latter. So, there you have it, the top brands that define how old money dresses. Understated, enduring, and built to last. These aren't just brands. They are institutions. They carry a story, a legacy, and a lifestyle that values quality over quantity, refinement over flair, and history over hype. If you're aiming to adopt this aesthetic in 2025, these are the brands to build your wardrobe around. Start slow, invest wisely, and remember, it's not about looking rich, it's about looking timeless. And before you go, stay tuned for our next video. Give me 9 minutes and 2025 will be your best year yet. You definitely won't want to miss it.